It's been a very difficult week for SMU football fans. The team has consistently gotten better over the last few years after a pretty disappointing century of football. Sonny Dykes is one of the top group of 5 coaches in the country, and bigger schools were coming after him, but for a while, it seemed like he was going to stay at SMU and build a power in Dallas. Unfortunately, as we saw this week, a lot of big-time players who are going to SMU decide to back off their commitments, which pretty much made the worst-kept secret in college football a fact instead of a theory. According to reports, Sonny Dykes is now going to be the next head coach at TCU, and he's going to go from one rival to the other. In today's video, I want to discuss who Dykes is, what he will bring to the table at TCU, and also what I think is going to happen for SMU. But right before we get into it, nearly 80% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel, so quickly be sure to do that, smash that like button for the algorithm, and turn on post notifications so you never miss when I upload. Now let's talk about Sonny Dykes. Sonny Dykes has been in and around football for quite a while now. He originally got his start as a Texas high school football coach, but got his first big job as a graduate assistant at Kentucky. He later became the wide receivers coach at Texas Tech and the offensive coordinator at Arizona before he took the head coaching job at Louisiana Tech. He did such a great job there that he was offered the head coaching job at Cal, where he was named the 33rd head football coach in Cal history. While he was there, it was pretty underwhelming. He went 1-11 in 2013, 5-7 in 2014, and then in 2015 they went 8-5 and ended up winning the Armed Forces Bowl. Sadly, in 2016 though, Cal would go back to their losing ways as he would finish with a 5-7 record, and overall, Dykes had gone 19-30 in 4 seasons in Berkeley. Eventually, he was gone, and in 2017, he was an offensive analyst for TCU. After Chad Morris had left SMU to take the Arkansas job, there was now an open position for the Mustangs, and they offered that opportunity to Dykes. In 2018, the Mustangs would go 5-7, with a 4-4 mark in the AAC. 2019 would be a breakout season though. Led by Shane Buechele at quarterback, the Mustangs got off to an undefeated start, and they even appeared in a primetime matchup with Memphis, and to finish the year, they would go 10-3. Dykes had already built SMU football back up, but was it just Morris's recruits, or was he actually a legitimate coach? Well, in 2020, we found out. The Mustangs went 7-3 and qualified for a bowl, but it ended up not happening. Buechele was now gone, so he had to find a new quarterback, and who did he look to? Well, he got former Oklahoma quarterback Tanner Mordecai, and he has had a spectacular year for the Mustangs. So far in 2021, SMU is 8-3, but they have not been playing as well as of late, as they recently got blown out by Cincinnati. After doing a little research and reading through social media, it seems that everyone in the locker room knew Dykes was gone, so maybe that's part of the reason why SMU has fallen off a bit, or maybe they weren't as good to begin with. Overall though, Dykes has gone 30-17 in 4 years in Dallas, but it looked like he was starting to build something. He'd been signing higher rated recruits, SMU was on an upward trajectory, and they could have gotten an opportunity to jump up in the conference realignment world. Unfortunately, I guess Dykes didn't have enough faith in that, and even with a massive contract extension offer, he turned it down and will now be the next head coach at TCU. Ever since 2017, Gary Patterson and the TCU Horned Frogs have seemingly been falling off. None of these past few teams have really been that good, they haven't had good quarterback play, and the defense was not the same as typical Gary Patterson teams. Because of that, Patterson was fired, and TCU is going to be heading in a new direction for the first time in a long time. Guys like Sonny Dykes and Jeff Traylor, and even Deion Sanders were brought up for the job, but at the end of the day, they brought out the Brinks truck and they're going to hire Dykes. So in my eyes, what are the positives to hiring Dykes? Well, he's now been a head coach at 3 different schools, so he has a ton of experience. He's worked under many coaches including Mike Leach and Bob Stoops. He's done great at piecing together good staffs. His offensive coordinator, Rhett Lashley, went to Miami. His defensive assistant went to Illinois. His defensive line coach went to Ole Miss, and his cornerbacks coach went to Baylor. All his assistants seemingly climb through the ranks when he's there, so I have faith that Dykes will put together a great staff at TCU. You also have the fact that TCU wants to head in more of an offensive direction, as Gary Patterson was a defensive-minded coach, and Dykes is going to make this a more fun offense, and I'm pumped to see what's going to happen there. He has ties to pretty much everywhere in Texas, and he has continued access to the biggest pool of talent in the country, and finally a lot of big blue-chip recruits from the past that didn't do well at other schools seemingly came back to SMU to revive their careers, and I expect that trend to continue. What is the potential downside here? Well, it's easier to win at the American Conference level than it is in the Big 12. People are going to expect Dykes to have all the answers right away, so if he doesn't produce results immediately, I wonder how much time he's going to get. He's also now in the shadow of the best coach in school history, and TCU fans are not going to want a long rebuild. Getting misfit toy transfers and developing under-recruited players works at the American level, but will it work in the Big 12? These are all questions I don't have the answers to, and neither do you guys, and we're just going to have to see how it all plays out. In terms of SMU, they are now one of the best group of 5 jobs in the country, and now the new worst kept secret in college football is that Rhett Lashley will return and be the coach there. He's now spent the last 2 years as the offensive coordinator at Miami, and I'm pretty certain that he's now going to be the guy there. We'll find that out later, but for now, I think this is a genius hire for TCU, and I give it an A. What do you guys think? If you're an SMU fan, what direction do you think the program will move into? If you're a TCU fan, what do you think of the hire? And overall, what are your thoughts on all of this? Be sure to let me know down in the comment section, smash that like button if you want to support today's video, and check out all my other videos on the end screen. I hope to see you guys again soon, but until next time, peace.